from Northeastern University's class of 2006. I'm here at the U.S. Department of State in Washington, D.C. to interview Ambassador W. Robert Pearson, the Director General of the Foreign Service and a former ambassador to Turkey. Ambassador Pearson served as ambassador to Turkey through 2 domestic economic crises, a general election, the war in Afghanistan, and the liberation of Iraq. He also served the U.S. government as part of the U.S. Navy Judge Advocate General's Corps, as Executive Secretary of the Department of State, and as the Deputy Executive Secretary of the National Security Council. I'm currently a senior at Northeastern University and interested in a career with the U.S. government in the Foreign Service. I can't wait to talk to Ambassador Pearson about his professional success and the defining moments in his career. Ambassador Pearson, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to meet with me.
Well, it's a great pleasure to be here, so thanks very much. I'm looking forward to it.
Can you tell me a little bit about when you were an undergrad? Did you know you wanted to work for the government?
I was an undergraduate student at Vanderbilt, and I majored in political science and minored in economics and French. And so I did go directly to law school. I was in the Navy about 3 years, and I always had thought that I might pursue a Foreign Service career, so I decided to take the exam. Like you were going to do this April. And so I decided to take the exam, and I went up to Los Angeles and passed that, and then really decided to try first tour to see if it worked, see if I liked it, and we went off to New Zealand.
What is a day at work like?
Well, here in Washington, I meet every morning in a large staff meeting with Secretary Rice. And we review the events of the day and what happened last night. I come back and debrief my team here about what has happened. We then organize the jobs we have to do that day. But overseas, you know, you may very well spend your day traveling outside the embassy, and you are America when you walk through that door, and that can be really challenging. And you, to the extent that you can address them in their language, recognize their values, and communicate what you think is important about the United States.
Do you think in recent years the job of Foreign Service officer has become more difficult or changed in any way?
Well, the resentment against the U.S. now is greater around the world. And so, yes, now we have a difficult challenge ahead of us. But I've never met anyone who didn't resent the notion that some self-chosen elite would be able to make choices for them. So democracy continues to be a very revolutionary idea.
What is your favorite part of your job?
The part that really gives you pleasure in a workplace and around the world are the people you work with.
Would you be able to pick one defining moment in your career?
Well, not in the sense that a rock star gets an album that goes to sell 1 million, no, nothing like that. But in our business, I think by taking those opportunities when they appeared, I went off to NATO in the late 80s because of my French. That changed my whole career to do that.
Would you have any tips for someone who's very interested in entering a career path like this one?
Well, to be knowledgeable about the United States without being ideological is very important in trying to deal with other people. And you get tested in ways you don't realize. And for anybody who's considering this career, I would say it's very important to remember your roots, remember your values, and don't compromise them.
I'm here with Clayton Bond, who recently went through what I'm about to go through. Can you tell me, what did you study undergrad?
Well, I did a mix of environmental science and political science.
Did you know that you wanted to work for the Foreign Service?
Not always. For me, it happened where a recruiter came to campus, and I had never before thought about the Foreign Service, didn't really know what happened there and who worked there. So, I don't know, I started to do a little bit more research and thought, well, why not? I love traveling, being on the go.
What's the best part of your job?
The best part, I mean, just in general, is seeing the world. My first assignment was to Bogota, went to Machu Picchu while I was posted there. I also went down to Carnival one year, Buenos Aires, so got to see a little bit more than I'd seen before.
What are your long-term career goals?
I could do public diplomacy stuff or econ or political reporting at some point. So there's always something different and always something in a different place. So that keeps me interested in this. I'm just in it for all the wonderful experiences it has.